Hello, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman, bringing you organized chaos. And today we're... Leslie, what are you doing?
Well, I've been wanting to talk to you about something for a while now.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I think it's time to bring our relationship to the next level.
What, like moving in together?
We already did that.
Oh, right. Right. So what's our next level?
I want to have a baby.
Goodbye. Hey, don't you dare get away from me. No. I am not having a child. I am not emotionally prepared for it. It's a big step, I know, but we can handle it. No, you don't understand. You don't understand what it's like to have a child babysit a child.
Oh yeah? And how do you figure that?
This is Baby Cakes. Well, the episode begins with Cupcake and Carrot Cake having a baby and the main six visiting them. And... surprise, surprise, instead of having one, they have twins. One a unicorn, and one a Pegasi. How the hell did that happen out of two Earth ponies?
Questions for later.
Well, things are more lively than ever when it comes to the Cake's residence, as Pinkie Pie is doing a really good job at being a entertainer for the kids. And I gotta give credit for Father of the Year to Cupcake, as he changes those diapers with his mouth. Props to him. I don't care what that you say about Piccolo. This is the father of all time. Yarg! What are you doing here? Yarg, I heard there was a ship to sail with Cupcake and Carrot Cake. It's not a ship. Yarg? No. Somebody really needs to explain to you what a ship is. They're already married. That ship has sailed long before the series even started. Arg. I mean, you could still celebrate their love and marriage if you want. Yarg, it's not the same. He's only getting screen time because he's a fan favorite. Yarg! Ow! Well, unfortunately for the Cakes, they realized that they forgot a huge catering order that they had to take care of. And with the twins, they had to find a babysitter immediately. So they go to the only competent ponies in Equestria, the main six, who are surprisingly all busy, or rather not take care of a bunch of little babies. All but one. Pinkie Pie. Oh, this is gonna end badly. I already told you I want a kid! As well as this is. Goodbye! Don't get back here! Well, with Pinkie Pie of the only one of the main six as their option, they regretfully leave Pinkie in charge. Which, the moment they leave, the babies start showing their real, true face of terror, as they begin crying non-stop. Pinkie Pie does her best to try to calm them down, but, let's be honest, stand-up is dead. And Ahmed the dead terrorist was the one who drove in the final nail in the coffin, am I right, people? Ow! You deserve that. Just saying. I regret to say I had that one coming. Well, as expected, the babies are way too much for Pinkie Pie to handle. Every time they start crying, the only way to get them to calm down is to dump a box of flour upon herself. But she can't seem to handle any of the responsibility. But fortunately for her, Twilight comes to assist her in the best way possible, by taking over all the responsibilities. But when Pinkie Pie feels insulted over the idea that Twilight thinks she can't handle it, she shoos her out the door and returns to her living nightmare. I gotta admit, I have to hand it to Pinkie Pie. She's taken this challenge all on her own. She's showing great gusto. Even if her decision is ultimately flawed out of a need to assert herself as a competent character. You could have just said it was a three-way and just left it at that. That would have been disgusting because they're babies. Hasn't stopped me before. I will call the cops on you again. Can't charge me for the same crime twice. No, but I can charge you for the same crime for multiple offenders. Touché. What is wrong with everybody today? Well, Pinkie Pie decided that enough was enough and threw down the gauntlet, telling these babies to shut up and go to sleep. You know, just like that book, Shut Up and Go to Sleep. Well, looks like she's learned the lesson that sometimes you just gotta put your hoof down. And I guess that's the end of the episode, and... oh, wait. There's still at least 5 minutes left. Wonder how they're going to fill the time slot. I know! How about turning it from crazy babies to Five Nights at Freddy's homages? Well, the babies throw down the gauntlet against Pinkie Pie now, as they reenact her worst nightmares using their unique abilities of a Pegasus and a unicorn to make her life and job a lot harder. At this point, Pinkie Pie just can't keep up even with her supernatural fourth wall powers, and begins to cry. The babies realize they might have pushed things a little too far, and try to make things up with Pinkie Pie by dumping a bag of flour on themselves. And it all ends with the mutual understanding. Pinkie cleans up their mess, and the cakes come home to, surprise, surprise, Pinkie can handle the responsibility. Sometimes. Well, good job, Pinkie. I knew you had it in you. Are you going to be available again next week?
Let me check my schedule. I should be available a week from... never!
I figured as much. She was way in over her head from the moment this episode started. And honestly, I can't really blame her. I can give her props for muscling it when it was time to muscle it when it came to Twilight, but not asking for her help only showed that she was not only not ready for the responsibility, but she was also too immature to realize how much of a burden it was onto her. Yeah, I kind of predicted where this episode was going with the child nightmare babies. And it was a unique twist throwing in magic and flying Pegasuses right in the middle. Poor Scootaloo. Anyway, as far as this episode goes as a whole, predictable, but I still enjoyed it. And personally, I would give this one a B+. Just a B+. There was a lot of Pinkie Pie humor in it, so I definitely got to give it points for that one. Whether this episode is worth skipping? Nope. You definitely gotta watch it, especially when it comes to having two characters newly introduced and, while not important to the series, still important enough to keep in your back of your mind. So, without further ado, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman. I brought you organized chaos, and as you excuse me, wow! This baby will be mine! No! This is right! No! Oh God, no! No! Time for a whee! Oh God! Quick, run away! I am completely turned off right now. Why? You're not used to seeing an old cock?